Jason Statham has already found an Expendables replacement, despite just taking over from Stallone. Even though Jason Statham just took over from Sylvester Stallone as the lead of the Expendables series, he's already got a better action movie franchise replacement in the pipeline. The Expendables 4, marketed under the gimmicky title Expendables, was supposed to mark Stallone passing the torch to Statham to continue the franchise without him. The fourth movie saw Stallone's Barney Ross handing over the reins of the mercenary squad to his right-hand man, Lee Christmas, played by Statham. But the Expendables 4 kind of fumbled its attempt to transition into a new chapter of the saga. The series might not be able to survive without Stallone at the helm. After the underwhelming response to the Expendables 4, Statham is already hyping up his next action-packed starring vehicle, and it could launch a brand new franchise that's more exciting than continuing to drag out the Expendables series. Rather than filling another actor's shoes in the lead role of the Expendables franchise, Statham could be better off building his own franchise from the ground up. His next big action movie release looks like it could be the perfect jumping-off point to launch that franchise. He's already hyping up his new movie's franchise potential, and a sequel to that movie will be better for his career than the Expendables 5. Statham's next starring vehicle, The Beekeeper, set to be released on January 12, 2024, could be his big new franchise. The Beekeeper is a revenge thriller starring Statham as Mr. Clay, a highly skilled operative who used to work for a covert agency of beekeepers. When his friend and neighbor takes their own life after being conned in a phishing scam, Mr. Clay sets out to exact vengeance against the people responsible. Instead of continuing to drag out the Expendables series way past its prime, The Beekeeper is a fresh start with all new characters and world-building to explore in a potential franchise. In his media appearances hyping up the release of The Beekeeper, Statham is already talking about the possibility of turning The Beekeeper into a franchise. He's teased that there's a rich mythology around the Beekeepers organization that he'd love to dive into if the movie is successful enough to earn a sequel. Director David Ayer has already laid the groundwork for two franchises that he never got to complete with his comic book movie Suicide Squad and his fantasy crime thriller Bright. It might be third time lucky for Ayer if The Beekeeper is a big enough hit to fulfill its franchise potential.